I just spent 20 minutes trying to find that one note from last week's meeting. I know I wrote it down somewhere. Was it in my notebook? On my phone? In that random Google Doc? I have no idea.
Can you relate to this? Because here's what's wild. Research shows that professionals spend an average of 2.5 hours per week just searching for information they've already captured. That's over 130 hours per year, more than 3 full work weeks, just hunting for your own notes. And here's what makes it even worse. 42% of that information, you never actually find it. By the end of this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to fix this chaos and build a digital note-taking system that actually works with your brain, not against it.
Okay, so I've got meeting notes in Notion, quick thoughts in Apple Notes, research articles saved in my browser, and don't even get me started on all these sticky notes. My note-taking system is basically no system at all.
This is exactly the problem. Most busy professionals don't have a note-taking problem. They have a note-taking system problem. You see, the issue isn't that you're not taking notes. You're probably taking tons of notes, right? The issue is that you're trying to force every type of note into one place, or worse, you're scattering them across a dozen different tools with no clear strategy. And let me tell you what really happens. You're in a meeting, you jot down some quick action items. Later you're reading an article and want to save some insights. Then you're brainstorming a new project and need to sketch out ideas. These are 3 completely different scenarios, but most people try to use the same tool or the same approach for all of them. It's like trying to use a hammer for every chop. It doesn't work.
I heard Notion was the best, so I moved everything there. Then someone said Obsidian was better for linking notes. Now I'm seeing videos about Rome research.
And here's the trap everyone falls into: tool hopping. Productivity gurus tell you that if you just find that perfect app, all your problems will be solved. So you spend weeks migrating your notes from one tool to the other, learning new features, watching tutorials, and 6 months later, you're in the exact same mess, just in a different app. Here's what research shows. 67% of knowledge workers have tried 3 or more note-taking apps in the past year, but only 23 report actually being satisfied with their system. The problem isn't the tool. The problem is that nobody teaches you the workflows.
I'm sitting in this meeting trying to write down everything that's being said, but I can't keep up. By the time I finish writing one point, they've moved on to 3 other topics. And honestly, I'm not even sure what I should be capturing versus what I can just ignore.
And this is the real issue, right? Nobody ever taught us how to actually take notes in different situations. We're just winging it, hoping we capture the right stuff. And here's what's crazy. Research from cognitive psychology shows that indiscriminate note-taking, just writing down everything you hear, actually reduces comprehension by up to 30%. Your brain is so focused on transcribing that it's not processing or understanding the information. But when 71% of professionals say they feel overwhelmed by the amount of information they need to manage every day, we are not dealing with a note-taking problem. We are dealing with a system problem. So here's why this happens. Most people approach note-taking with what I call the capture everything mindset. They think, if I write it down, it must be useful later. But here's the truth. Most notes are never looked at again. Studies show that 80% of notes are never reviewed after they are created. That's because people don't have a clear purpose for their notes. They're capturing information just in case, instead of capturing information that connects to their actual work and goals. At the Paperless Movement, we spent years testing different methods, and we discovered something crucial. Successful note-taking isn't about capturing more. It's about capturing right.
I actually took really detailed notes during that workshop last month, but now looking back at them, I have no idea what half of this means. Follow up on the thing. Check with Sarah about X. What thing? What X? This is useless.
And this is where the whole system breaks down. You capture information, but you never process it. You never connect it to your work. You never turn it into action. So it just sits there, buried in some digital folder or notebook collecting dust. Here's what research shows. Knowledge workers who have a systematic process for processing and connecting their notes are 3 times more productive than those who don't. But most people skip this step entirely. They think note-taking ends when they close the notebook or click save. Here's the solution that will transform your note-taking forever. At the Paperless Movement, we've developed the ICOR note-taking framework with 6 distinct workflows. Each workflow addresses a specific scenario you face as a busy professional every day. Think about it. Taking notes during a meeting is completely different from jotting down a quick idea that pops into your head. And both are different from processing an article you're reading. Different scenarios require different approaches. Here are the 6 workflows. Workflow number 1, the closest to paper experience. For when you need to sketch diagrams or visualize ideas like brainstorming sessions or design thinking. Workflow 2, jot things down. For capturing quick thoughts, action items or information you need to remember but don't need to elaborate on right now. Workflow number 3, develop your thinking for creating structured content like presentations, articles or strategic plans. This is about deep work and organized thinking. Workflow number 4, write and connect information for meeting notes, event notes and phone calls where you need to capture information and link it to your existing knowledge. Workflow number 5, note-taking on third-party content for processing articles, videos, podcasts or any external source you're consuming. This is about active learning, not passive reading. Workflow number 6, the one that goes beyond, and this is the game changer. This workflow bridges the gap between information and action. It's about turning your notes into tasks, projects and real outcomes.
Okay, so you're saying I don't need one perfect app. I need to understand when and how I'm taking notes and then choose the right approach for each situation?
Exactly, and here's the key concept that changes everything. Single source of truth. For each type of note, you designate one specific place where it lives. Not scattered across 5 apps, not duplicated in 3 places, one type of note, one designated home. When you know exactly where each type of information should go, you stop wasting time hunting for it. Your brain can actually relax because it trusts the system. Here's what changes when you implement this framework. First, you reclaim those 2.5 hours per week you were spending searching for information. That's those 130 hours per year back in your pocket. Second, you actually use your notes. When your notes are organized by workflow and stored in the right place, you can find them instantly and put them to work. Third, you stop feeling overwhelmed. Instead of drowning in information, you have a clear process for every scenario. So here's what you do starting this week. Step number 1, identify your top 3 note-taking scenarios. When do you most frequently take notes? Meetings? Reading articles? Brainstorming? Step number 2, for each scenario, define your single source of truth. Where should these notes live? Choose one clear location for each type. Step number 3, start with one workflow. Don't try to overhaul everything at once. Pick the scenario that causes you the most pain and implement that workflow first. Maybe you start with meeting notes using workflow number 4. Master that, get it running smoothly, then move on to the next one. Step number 4, build the habit. Commit to using your new workflow consistently for 2 weeks. That's all it takes to make it feel natural. And if you want the complete implementation guide, the exact tools we recommend for each workflow, the step-by-step process and the real examples of how this works in action, check out our Digital Note-Taking Like a Pro course in the Paperless Movement membership. We walk you through every single workflow, show you how to connect your notes to your task management system and help you build a note-taking system that actually serves your goals instead of just collecting digital clutter. Here's the truth. Your notes should be working for you, not the other way around. When you have the right workflow in place, note-taking stops being overwhelming and starts being one of your most powerful productivity tools. So stop wasting time searching for notes you'll never find. Stop tool hopping, hoping the next step will magically solve everything. And stop capturing information you'll never use. Build a system that works with your brain. If this was helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who's drowning in notes. And if you haven't already, subscribe so you don't miss the next video. I'll catch you in the next one.